Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in Berlin, thank you.
Coming up strong with some hot face power.
This is fucking bombing.
Yeah, so we're doing this whole, like documentary to like show who we are, what we're about, as Psycho Boys Club. We actually have this new EP that we're working on, LFO 1991, and I feel like it's like our best line of work yet. I mean, the EP is gonna be like just super, like hard.
Ravey.
Yeah, super dark.
Massive.
Yeah, just really like, banging underground shit.
My name is Stoltenhoff. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Denmark. And I have a duo project with Juyen and Sebulba called Psycho Boys Club. I remember when I was like 6 years old, my dad showed me a lot of like the old school trance project, and it just grew onto me. I was very fascinated by the sounds and the melodies and the roughness of the sounds. I was a sports kid when I was younger. I played a lot of football, and I played in a semi-pro level. So I was in a dilemma when I was younger because my parents wanted to still keep on going with the football thing. But I kind of lost motivation of that because the music kind of grew onto me more. So I took like a decision of like, hey, maybe I should try to see how good of a music and DJ I can be, and then go from there. And I think, I was 18. And I remember Laid Back Luke, he has a big forum, like a community where all DJs, producers was like connecting with each other. So I started to upload some of my demos in there. And then at some point, I remember my first song, Clubby Woodpecker. It got played on BBC One radio. And I was like, damn, who would actually play my music? And that was like really big. I was so stunned. I could not believe it. And then I thought, maybe I could actually go somewhere from now on. I remember my mom, she actually told me, I have never seen, she has said it 2 times since I got full-time on music. Like, she's very proud of me. And it was my first, I remember first time she said that, I actually had tears in my eyes when I walked out of the house, because then I know I really did something good. Like, I'm doing something good for myself and my future. And and my younger, what do you call that, children, my sister and brothers also use me as role models to become whatever they want to be in their life. And I was very lucky to meet the Yellow Claw guys, Jim and Nils. And then we talked about me making an EP for their label, barong.family. And I released like 4 songs that did really, really good. Got a huge support on like radio and festival, like DJs played all my songs out. And I kept on becoming better and better at producing and understand more and more of the production side of it. And then, I met Juyen randomly on internet, on SoundCloud. And we kept on sending each other music. And I was like, damn, this guy, he has the same kind of style I also produce. A couple of years later, we got the opportunity to actually work on a song together. We found out we had a really good synergy and energy when we made music together. It was like we worked so fast. And that EP we made was the first Psycho Boys Club EP. Chaos Underground, and I remember we made like Time for Techno. I think there was the popular song from that EP, or at least one of the popular songs from that EP. We made that in Berlin, and it's like so fucking crazy because the sounds we use in that song was so deep and stuff. Like, it was so different for me to produce like that. But I was so like excited because it's like a new wave and new sounds, and what we do right now with Psycho Boys Club is probably my best time right now as a music producer, because we're really digging into the underground and deeper styles and darker styles. I always strive to evolve myself. I always strive to be a better producer, a better human being as I can. So it's really nice to have a partner that you bond so good with. Like, I feel like he's like my brother, and we just have the best energy ever when we work on something.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm born and raised, 29 years old. And yeah, I mean, I feel like music has always been a part of my life, you know, ever since I was young. So like, my dad's from Vietnam, my mom's from El Salvador. So it's like very multicultural back at home, you know? Every time we have like family parties, it always just be like salsa music for like 5 hours straight until like 4 in the morning. And my dad, he kind of like introduced me to dance music. And I remember like every Saturday my dad would like take me and my siblings to Guitar Center for him to, you know, like he would go check out the guitars and play with them. But for me, I was more interested with like the electronic equipment, you know, like the CDJs, like the DJ stuff. And that's how I kind of just like sort of like fell in love with the whole like playing music out loud or DJing, whatever it was. I think maybe when I was like 14, one day my dad brought home a laptop that he got for free from work. And I just played with it. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. I was so young at the time. You know, I would just make really basic beats, like just terrible beats. But I mean, I kind of stick with it. I mean, for a while it was just like a toy for me, you know, just like a little like game, basically, a PlayStation, but with music and beats. And then like fast forward, maybe when I was like 17, 18, I was in high school. I sort of like discovered the whole like EDM DJ scene, where like these DJs and artists, they would be like touring and like making their own music and like, you know, doing shows off of that. And that was like completely new to me, and I was like, oh shit, you know, like I think I want to try that too. Yeah, when I was like 20, I signed my first release under the name Juyen Sebulba. Super Jam. Yeah, I think I was supposed to go to speech class or something, but like I felt like sick or tired. I just didn't want to go, so I just like skipped it. I came back home and I just worked on a beat with like a broken speaker. It's like I only had like a left speaker basically, and I made that song maybe like, you know, a few hours. And then I sent it to Matt Decent, and I think within a week and a half, Paul Devereaux, he's like the A&R from Matt Decent, he replied like super quickly. He was like, yo, this is dope, but like, you want to sign it? I'm like, holy shit, like, this is weird, you know, like I didn't think they were even gonna like see my email. But yeah, I signed my first song, Super Jam, and that kind of just opened like a lot of doors for me. And I just opened up like this whole new music world for me. Like a few years later, barong.family happened. Yeah, I signed my first EP in 2017. A year later, or maybe like towards the end of 2017, I already had like my second EP ready to go. And the fourth track on that was actually Do You Like Bass. It was actually just a solo single. And I remember Jim and Niels, they replied like, yo, this is like dope. Can you send the stems over? I was like, oh shit, this is sick. Cause like that's like the first time I really like kind of like had a conversation with them. And then Jim was like, yo, I have like even a better idea. Let's make this a single. You know, let's just like make this shit blow up. You know, I have all these like campaign ideas, all these promo ideas. And yeah, it was a huge song. I think still to this day, it's like my biggest song. But then after that, that's really when like my life started changing. I remember like shortly after signing that song, I was invited to like my first camp in Shanghai. That was kind of like my first time like traveling like so far from home, literally the other side of the world. And then I was just like so inspired and motivated to, you know, like keep grinding, to keep trying to like make the best version of myself in my music. Yeah, one day Jim and Niels had like this idea you and Stolt should, you know, like form a group or something, form a duo. And like it made so much sense to me at that time because like beforehand, I think me and Stolt were already like really good friends for a good 5, 6, 7 years already. We always helped each other with music, gave each other feedback, gave each other ideas, you know, this and that. So it just made perfect sense. You know, we had like the same music taste, everything. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, that makes so much sense. Let's just do it. We formed Psycho Boys Club, I think 2018. I think we also released 2 EPs that year. And even then, we had our first and only Psycho Boys Club show. And it was in Malen, Belgium.
Psycho Boys Club! Psycho Boys Club!
Fucking insane. It was at the barong stage. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think there was gonna be like a big crowd or like a lot of people because Psycho Boys Club was still very new. But fuck, man, I was wrong. Like we were there, like first time we played, like it was already like packed like that. I mean, like that bitch was just packed, like fucking sardines. Yeah, and the crowd just went insane for like the whole hour. And I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. And I think at that moment is when I realized I just wanted to focus 100% only on that project. With the Juyen project, I was kind of just going all over the place in terms of genre and style. And I don't know, I didn't feel like it was really me. And then with the whole concept of Psycho Boys, it was just kind of just one kind of sound. And you know, I was a lot more content, you know, it was a lot more solid. And yeah, that's kind of how me and Stolt started this whole Psycho Boys thing. Psycho Boys Club EP, 4 big tracks coming right to you. Yeah, 4. How many did I say? I said 4, right?
You said 4.
4.
4. Big songs.
Big
Heavy hitters.
heavy hitters.
Smack in the face.
Smack in the face.
A lot of acid.
A lot of acid.
A lot of warehouse feelings.
A lot of ass also. Ass and acid.
Ass and acid, yeah, exactly.
Maybe some tits.
A little bit of tits,
A little
but
bit of
not
tits.
too much. More
Yeah.
ass. I'm more ass guy. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like both equally.
Oh, you
Actually.
do?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
if I had to pick between ass or titties, it's a hard one for me.
Really?
I kind of like both.
Oh,
A bit equally. I know
Interesting.
that's kind of weird, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a fun one.